are welcome to I Can Make It. This is Simon and Samantha and Brother Mark Ahua. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to share thoughts with you. Now, this is what Steve Jobs said. The only way to do great things is to love what you do. One of the things that you have to love what you do. A lot of people don't like what they do, and it can be hindrance in your life. Did you like going to work? A lot of you get excited. They say, thank God it's Friday. What do you want to do? Now, if you can't work on Friday and you are so excited not going to work on Saturday, then it just shows me you don't love your job. I know that a lot of people say, oh, thank God, thank God. Let me tell you, anytime you work for somebody and you have the mentality of working for somebody, you might not own your business. Whatever you do, you must own it. Ownership is what leads to that ownership. First of all, own it before you can own it. So you own it twice. First of all, it was not yours, but you enter into that space because you have been given an opportunity to be a part of that organization, to be a part of that business, to be a part of that household, to be a part, because I strongly believe service is the rent you pay for every space you occupy. So as you own the business, as you receive that employment letter, you own the business, then you move to ownership. You own it twice. You know, my Bible tells me that a man that is not committed to another man's own, that man, he said, who will not give you your own? You feel another man's own, you must own it first before you get your own. That's the way to make it in life. I strongly believe you can make it. So that's what we are looking at, my brother. Yes, you thank God for your coming to be a part of this program today. I'm so excited having you on. I Can Make It. I just want to drain the whatever we can get from you today because of our listener. And I want you to know this. We love you and we thank God for your life. Now, on this matter, what are you going to say?
Yes. You see, wherever you find yourself at every moment in time is an opportunity to maximize the moment.
Wow.
Now, if you're able to maximize the moment, you make yourself ready for the next level.
Wow.
Now, maybe you're serving under somebody currently. How you use the opportunity now will determine how you're going to be able to use tomorrow. I remember a great man of God, he has gone to be with the Lord, said something that a lizard in Nigeria, for example, cannot become an alligator abroad.
Very important. Very, very important.
So it means whatever you are you cannot be now. When you get to wherever you think you're getting to, you won't be able to make the best of it. So if you find yourself and you have somebody else's assignment in your hand, you have to, work it as if it were your own. The simple question is, if I was the owner of this, what would be my approach? And what you're not able to master today, you cannot become better tomorrow. Wow. Simple. So it's to make the best of the moment on the job.
Okay, you saw what you said. What you are not able to master today, you cannot own it tomorrow. So it's very important for us to know that commitment to whatever we are doing. Whatever your hand find it to do it well. Whatever your hand find it to do it well. A lot of people are struggling. I want to let you know, you might be leaving your house today. You see, the future you desire start today. The future is a seed. Once you sow that seed, and the seed is actually a tree in your hand, but until it's sown, every day is an opportunity to change your life, to impart your future for good. The first 7 years is the most difficult year of a tree because it's about to take its root downward and it's going to bring upward. Those times you are going through what you are going through, the process is what guarantees the sustainability of whatever you are going through. So I want to let you know, you can make it. Another thing I want us to look at today is people who put you down. You need to stay away from people that put you down. If you really want to get the best of somebody, you need to encourage people. Encourage people around you. Sometimes I look at my child is doing something and say, you can make it. You can do it. You can do it. You find out that because you said you can, you can. Because you said I will, you will. Yeah. You can, you will. So I want you to know, whether husband and wife, children at home, encourage each other. Yes, somebody is bringing a bad result. Don't tell the person your head is just empty. No. Tell the person you can do more than this. I believe you can do more than this. That is how you bring out the best of people, not putting anybody down. You know, when you put people down, you will remain down, because those that would have lifted you, you have already killed them with your mouth. You can make it. Hello, bro.
Yes, you know, it's so important that we determine the environment we create for ourselves and for other people. You need to be very careful about people who put you down. But you also need to be careful. You know, Reverend Samantha talked about the fact that, you know, the current state is a seed. You need to be careful about what seed you're sowing towards other people. Motivation is a powerful force. I found out people can do anything if they are motivated rightly. So you must learn to motivate yourself, but also to sow the seed of motivation towards other people's lives, because it creates an atmosphere around you that determines how well you can flourish and how well you come out later. So be careful about people who try to put you down. Be careful about people who talk you down. That's how you know them. They talk. You might achieve something, and their first response is always something that will make you feel you have not done anything yet. Be careful about people who disrespect you. Remember, you should not disrespect others, yes, but also be careful about people who disrespect you. You can make it.
It's always important. You know, many times, you know one thing I found out about life, and I think we can learn from it. One of the things I found out about life is that many times the people that God will want to help you, first of all, come as they need your help.
Whoa, that is deep. Yeah.
The people that actually, because anytime you see, you know, one thing about life, I found out that before you help somebody, before you reward somebody, there is something about you going back inside and find out, does this person merit it? You don't just begin to do good to people just like that. No, something will happen. Many a times, when God wants to let somebody help you, that person first of all come as somebody that needs your help. And the way you handle that person will not be the determinant factor whether that door will be open or that door will be closed. I've seen it in life. I remember many years ago, there's this man that paid my junior sister's hospital bill. He paid my junior sister hospital bill in 1975. 1975, my junior sister fell into hospital. My father could not pay the bill. So this man paid the hospital bill. Do you know that in 2010, this 2010, either 2017 or 2018, I remember that through this None Shall Be Barren, we were able to give one of the sons scholarship, and the girl delivered, I had triplets.
Whoa.
Now listen, but what was in my mind when I began to offer those things, it was because of the seed that I've sown. You see, that seed now have come back. I lost that my sister, but the man has harvested 6 children from that seed. 6. Even though, because you see, he said, except the corn of wheat fall into the ground and die.
Yes,
he had died. Listen to me. The seed you sowed today might be your future harvest. Don't kill the seed, because in that seed is a tree that will bring forth. Never look down on anybody. I'll tell you a story. There is a man that we call him Brother David. This man, one time he lost his wife, he lost his children, he lost everything. The guy was confused. He was on his way, was running. How am I going to do this? And he has prayed, and God have asked him to pursue, overtake, and recover all. Now, many times I've asked myself, in the midst of trying to survive, to help myself, to break through, how am I treating people along the way? He met a man on the way. This man that he met, the man has the key, the address to what has happened, to what is pursuing him. Now, in his pursuit, he was able to see somebody. Me, I always tell myself, every time I come in contact, I sit down and ask myself, will I be able to wait, give the guy water, give the guy bread, allow him to have strength, all those energy? I would have used it to pursue. Many a time, the road you are running, you don't even know. You have not been there before. I want to ask you a question. How many of you have you been to this life before? Have you been here before? That is why I always tell people, your marriage certificate is your learner's permit. None of us have been here before. Everything we are reading from the book of dead men. Dead men read dead men book, and they leave book behind for us, the living, to continue. And if we don't follow the principle that the dead men have seen, we also die and leave those principles behind. Now the truth of it is that man, I ask myself that question: will I be able to sit down, give the guy water to drink, let him have strength, and the guy will not give me the information because, and listen to me, it doesn't mean because you hear from God, you will not listen to men. They say, I hear from him. It doesn't make any, you see, let me tell you, after God has spoken, whatever is around you doesn't matter. It doesn't mean, because sometimes it can give you direction. It can speak to you through anything to interpret what he has asked you to do. I've often asked myself, I don't know about you, I've often asked myself, if I was David, I've heard pursue, overtake, recover all, and we just running, and I saw a man who is not part of recovery. I'm to recover my wife, not a man that cannot eat. I mean, I need that water. I don't even know where I'm going. But you see, in the midst of all of this, the guy stopped and gave somebody. Many times, the man that will help you, first of all, need your help. Because that seed you sow is an introduction to a bigger seed.
Yes, you know, I just want to emphasize what you have said by asking that people learn to ask God for the help to be sensitive to opportunities. It means every time I meet somebody, there is an opportunity to do good, and it is an opportunity to perpetuate my life for good, as it were. Because you see, when you sow one seed, in that seed is a tree that will bring forth more trees, as it were. But if you're not sensitive when you come across opportunities like that, you could discard them. That man you're talking about, I believe is in the Bible, he was down and out. He did not look like an opportunity. He looked like someone who was out and should just be discarded, and David should move on. But David stopped to care for him, and that was what opened the door for the victory that David needed. I also want to add the fact that, you see, in life, every opportunity must be taken advantage of. You know, we must be able to recognize them for what they are. Please, I'm not talking about this from a selfish point of view, but God has made it in such a way that for our lives to continue, we must be able to solve these problems for other people as we're moving along. If we don't, you just stagnate, and you wonder, why is it that things are just happening like this? For somebody there who is listening to us and watching this program, and you've been wondering, can I make it with all that I hear from, you know, the environment? I'd like you to know that there's nothing new under the sun.
Nothing.
Yes, opportunities abound. The important thing is to be able to, you know, recognize one and maximize it. I remember I was telling one of our security men in the house there one day, I said to him, everything I ask you to do is a test. He was waiting for an opportunity. It was obvious. If I tell you I can't talk to you now, it's a test. I want to see what your attitude is. I want to see how you respond. Then we'll go to the next level. May we never miss our tests along the way.
It's very important, just like what you said. Every time is an opportunity. Every time you are opportunity to serve any man, a woman, do it with all your heart. You see, just like what you were saying, it's very important that the person you might be serving, at that time you met him, he might not be able to bless you, but there is a carrier of a blessing. He carries blessing, because you don't know who I know.
Yes.
You don't know that that person you are meeting, he might not be able to give you what you need, but he might be able to lead you to what you want. You see, it's very important for you to value people. Value people. It's very important. Value people. Value people. Don't discard people as if they don't matter. No, you want to make it in life, value people around you. As you value people, you will increase yourself. Listen to me. You never go down by helping other people. You never go down by being of support to them. But that is why I look at what is happening. Even in our country today, you see people in authority, they are doing as if they are going to live there forever. I want to assure you, it's just a short time. Go and ask those that came before you. Even Nebo was not able to escape it. So it's a fact. Look, talk to yourself. You need to look, and you talk as if you are bigger than life. No, it's a short place. Very, very short. So learn to help people. Now, the bridge you build tomorrow, it might be the bridge that your grandchildren will have to pass to get to their destination. The road you do today might be the road that you might be able to pass. Now, when you don't take care or you don't improve on what you are looking after or what is supposed to be under your care, You now create, you create death trap for other people. Let us know the time we have in life is very short. So it's very important we use it well. We use it to our own advantage. Don't put people down. Don't put people down. Value people. You see, men that value people always increases. Any man that values other men always increase. But people that does not value other people never increase. In fact, a man that value other people multiplies himself. I always tell people, if you have a loaf of bread, you eat it, that bread is finished. But when you give the, when you now share the bread for, like, just imagine a loaf of bread, you can finish it. Maybe, I don't know how much a loaf of bread. It used to be 120, but the day I went to buy, they told me 700 naira. Now 700 naira, you can finish that loaf of bread when you are really hungry. But just imagine you are able to share that loaf of bread for 20 persons in a room. And those 20 persons, after some time, now decided to bless you and decided to cut for you. How many loaf of bread do you think you have? You see? Now the 20 persons now have their own loaf. They now decided to give you little from their own. How many loaf of bread do you think you have? So life is all about sharing. Never put other people down, because you never get promoted by bringing other people down. You know why? You know why I understand this? If we are in a room, just like we are in the studio right now, the studio where we are talking from can take 50 persons. Very big studio. You are always seeing what you are seeing. But I tell you, this place can take 50. And it can even take 60. Huh? Yes. If I want to stretch it, it can take 80. It's very big studio. Now, with this studio, just imagine, but in the studio, we are only 2 and we have cameras around. Now, but if 20 persons join us now, it does not take anything from you. So let me tell you, whatever you give or how you help people does not really take anything from you. It only gives you a better opportunity for people to be able to help you and assist you to be able to achieve what you need to achieve. Don't put other people down. When you put other people down, you might not be able to use that ladder again. It's very important. I know you can make it. Well, I'm Messiah talking to you. On I can make it. I want you to know that no matter what life offers to you, don't give up. The next one we'll talk about before we call it a day today is selfishness. Selfish people. People that are selfish. I don't even know why they call it selfish. Because fish is not the all fish you can sell. Some fish you can leave them alone. You don't need to sell them. Okay?
Well, I think it just, I don't know why they call it selfish.
That's
but
it. Maybe we have to do a finding on that.
Looking at that point, life is all about contribution. You see, if we're talking about how to make it in life, I found out, in my short say that life is about contribution. Let me say this to somebody listening to us, that God values you without conditions.
Wow.
Yeah. But when you relate with human beings, it is always about the contribution you are making.
Yeah.
Now, if you are selfish, because I want to start with the person first before other people.
Yeah.
You see, it's easy to keep thinking about other people and say, come, the people are selfish and all that. No. You can make it in life. You need the right association around you. You must be careful about selfish people. But the question is, are you selfish? Are you selfish? Because if you're selfish, it means you only think about yourself. I once heard my pastor very many years ago say, they only think about what they can get, what they can, can eat and sit on the can. What they can get.
All is in the can.
Yeah, all is in the can and sit on the can. I have had to ask myself severally that I hope that is not how I live my life. Life is about contribution. You see, when we are done with the earth and we move on, you see, you remember people like Abraham Lincoln because of the contributions they made. Anybody you're remembering today, whether it was bad contribution or good contribution, they did something that people are remembering them. The question is, what are you going to be remembered for? But of course, you need to be careful about selfish people. If you are selfish, you might attract selfish people, yes. But then you have to be careful about selfish people, because they only come to drain life, like we talked about the orange, drain life out of you and move on. It's always about them. It's always about what they can get. It's always about how they can make themselves better. It's never about the common good and the good of everybody else around that place. So you can make it, how to make it in life, be careful about the selfish people. That is, after you make sure you are not selfish yourself. Let me allow you to.
Okay, it's very important for you to know that selfishness is somebody that look and really think about three in one person: I, me, and myself. It's just I. What can I get? What can me get? What can myself get? Selfishness even affect his own wife. A selfish man is a man. You know, there are so many people the way they say selfish. I remember a woman was telling me about her husband that when the man is coming back from work, he will enter a restaurant and eat very well, and eat very well before he come. I know you are not the one. You are not the one I'm talking about. If you are the person, I ask you to change.
Yes.
It's very good because there's love brought both of you together. Share what you have. Share what you have. There's more blessedness in giving than in selfishness. So when you share, because you stay away from selfish people, and they don't take others into consideration. They only think about themselves. You can succeed without such people around you. You cannot succeed. You can't succeed you can succeed without such people around you. It's very important that you stay away from selfishness. When you concern about yourself, you are not concerned about other people. You don't consider other people when you do what you do. Always ask yourself, if I do this, how will this person feel? When you always consider others, you will always be on top. But when you don't consider what other people, how they feel, you don't put them into consideration, it leads to rancor, it leads to fight, it leads to war, it leads to so many things. All kind of selfishness, cause anger, bitterness, and in that kind of environment, the blessings always run from such environment. I believe you can make it. You have been listening to us. Honor can make it. And what are we talking today? How you can make it in life. Giving is a very important thing that can cause people to grow in life and improve. Now, I want to ask you, is there anything you have that you have not received? The knowledge you have, somebody gave it to you, a teacher taught you in class. And now you leave that place because every time people always give to you as you grow. And now it's your turn. You see, when we take care of our parents, or our parents take care of us when we are young, and when we are older, we take care of our parents. I remember a friend of mine was just sharing with me this afternoon about his junior brother that he trained in school. And the junior brother called him and was saying something. Then he asked junior brother, when last did you hear from mommy? And he said 2015. He said, how? 2015 till now. Wow. You have not heard from your mom. He said, can you listen to yourself? That's about 6 years ago. 6 years ago. So it's very important for us to know that life is something that is give and take. When you are a giver, you are not a selfish person. Your parents have given to you, then you also give back to your parents. Society have given to you, you give back to the society. And talking about society, that is why our country is the way it is today. A lot of people that went to government school, when they enter into government, they close down the school and build a private school for themselves. A lot of people that went to government scholarship took them out of this country. When they come back, they make sure they seize the scholarship and decided to score themselves and use it for whatever they think is best for them. And in that kind of environment, I will advise you, you need to build a high fence. You need to travel with a lot of security men, because the descendants of those you descend on have decided to descend back.
Yeah.
And now that's what is creating the environment. The descendants, you know, when you descend, your descendants have decided to ascend. So it's now a base. You have to build a high wall. You have to put a lot of security cameras around, and you just have to, and you make sure you are watching the security camera, and that will take away sleep from you, and that will reduce your lifespan. And at the end of the day, you see a lot of things, things fall apart because the center cannot hold. I believe you can make it, whether you are a man or a woman in your house, in whatever area you find yourself. I strongly believe you can make it. I believe you have something to say before we call it a day today.
Yeah, basically just to remind us again that, you know, that the most celebrated human beings on earth have always been people who added value.
Wow.
The others who did not, we hardly remember them, or when we do, it's with scorn. The question is, what do you want to be remembered for? when you pass through a place, what do you want to be remembered for? Do people get better because you are there? Do people, are people able to see the light just because you passed through that way? Selfish people are just, they just create problems for everybody. So what is the value you are adding? I think that's one major thing we should take from this segment. It's easy to point fingers at other people, but I found out that if I can do my own little, in my corner, and somebody else is doing his, eventually it becomes a big impact all over the place. So before we even think about what others are doing, everyone paying attention to this program should begin to ask themselves, am I making a difference? Or is it just about myself? Some go to the extent just themselves and their families. Nobody else really matters anymore. We can't live like that. We are human beings created to relate and to move forward together. So let's be careful about selfishness.
It's very important. I want to tell you, I strongly believe that if we look inward, even starting from our home, because charity does not begin at work, charity begins at home. Now, how are you relating to your husband? And a lot of women, I know you have finished eating before you serve the dining. I mean, that's selfishness. You have to start from there. You finish eating before you serve the dining. When you get to dining, and you're looking at all of us. So, hope I'm talking to somebody and you should change. Now, you don't need to be selfish. Whatever God has given to you is given to you. And I want to say this before we go. I find out whether it is in marriage, there's nothing that you have that is yours. Nothing. Actually, let me point to you because we are together here.
Yes.
Whatever is in your body belongs to your wife.
Yes.
Nothing.
Yes. Yeah, that's
Everything about you belongs to that. Do you know why? Because God expects us to be a giver. It does not intend for us to be so.
Incidentally, my wife and I were just discussing today on the dining table, just chatting normally. And I said to her, if you read the Bible, permit me, you read the Bible from Genesis chapter 1 to Revelations chapter 20, 22, 21. You'll find out that the Bible is all about seed and harvest from beginning to the end. It's not about money. It's just about
everything's around everything.
We're givers. Yes. We're born to give. Give inspiration, give motivation, give help. Just be there for other people. That's how you live. That's how you renew your life. So by giving.
It's by giving. So there's nothing.
By flowing out.
By flowing. You are not supposed to. You understand that? And because we are no longer functioning in that direction, we now begin to stink. Begin to kill ourselves.
People are frustrated, depressed.
Yes, because somebody somewhere we told him what is supposed to be for everybody, and somebody said is now representing everybody by himself. So it becomes a serious problem. So it's very important that we should be good givers. When we are good givers, we always have a space for entrance. And I want you to know this: whether you are a father or a mother, learn to give to your children. Give advice. Give your prayers, give your consent, always be giving. I also find out about this. A tree does not eat its fruit
at all.
And a mango does not begin to eat its fruit. Now, whatever, everything like you said, from Genesis to Revelation, it's all about giving. Whether it is a mango that is ripe, that is falling, is given out. Whether it's an orange, is given. Everything. Everybody gives. And it takes its root down. The water gives, and he flourishes, and he grows upward. It's very important. Be a good giver, and you will succeed. Until we see you again, this is Simon and Samantha, and my brother Mike Aho are saying, you can make it. God bless you. See you on the other side of life of success. God bless you.